The Great Attractor. What is pulling our galaxy towards its doom? Act 1. The Hook. Imagine for a moment that you are standing on a vast frozen lake in the dead of night. The ice beneath your feet is perfectly smooth, stretching out into an infinite, suffocating darkness. There is no wind, no sound, only the rhythmic thumping of your own heart, echoing in the hollow silence of the void. Now, imagine that you begin to slide. Slowly at first, a gentle, almost imperceptible drift. You look around for a reason, a slope, a gust of air, but there is nothing. The ice is level. The air is still. Yet you are accelerating. You are not alone in this drift. Thousands of others are sliding with you, all moving in the same direction toward a point in the darkness you cannot see. You reach out to grab something, anything, to stop the motion, but your hands find only the cold, empty air. This is not a dream. This is the reality of our existence. Right now, at this very second, you, your home, our sun, and our entire Milky Way galaxy are hurtling through the cosmos at over 1.4 million miles per hour. We are not drifting aimlessly. We are being pulled. Somewhere, deep in the direction of the constellations Hydra and Centaurus, lies a gravitational ghost. A structure so massive, so incomprehensibly heavy, that it is dragging an entire corner of the universe toward its heart. Astronomers call it the Great Attractor, and it is pulling us toward our doom. Act 2. The Zoom Out. To understand the scale of this cosmic predator, we must first understand our place in the web. Let us begin the zoom out. Leave the comfort of Earth behind. Watch as the blue marble shrinks into a pale dot, then vanishes into the glare of the sun. The solar system, once so vast, becomes a tiny clockwork mechanism lost in the swirling arms of the Milky Way. Our galaxy is a majestic spiral of 200 billion stars, a city of light spanning 100,000 light years. To us, it is everything. But as we continue to pull back, the Milky Way begins to look like a single, lonely firefly in a dark forest. We are part of a small neighborhood called the Local Group. Andromeda, our nearest large neighbor, is a twin firefly dancing with us in the dark. Around us are dozens of smaller dwarf galaxies clinging to our gravitational skirts. But even the Local Group is not an island. Zoom out further. Now, the individual galaxies disappear, replaced by glowing filaments of light. This is the cosmic web. It is the largest structure in the universe, a network of dark matter and gas that acts as the scaffolding for all existence. We find ourselves within a specific branch of this web called the Laniakea supercluster. In the language of the Hawaiians, Laniakea means immense heaven. It is a fitting name. Laniakea is 520 million light years across. It contains 100,000 galaxies, each filled with billions of stars, all flowing like water through a series of celestial watersheds. And at the very center of this watershed, where all the paths converge, lies the Great Attractor. It is the drain at the bottom of our cosmic basin, a gravitational focal point that defines the boundaries of our home. Everything within Laniakea is falling toward it, including us. But there is a problem. When astronomers try to look at the Great Attractor, they see nothing. It sits directly behind the zone of avoidance. This is the thickest part of our own galaxy's disk, a wall of gas, dust, and stars that blocks our view of the deep universe. We are blind to the very thing that is deciding our fate. We can feel its pull. We can measure its mass, but we cannot see its face. Act 3, the descent. The numbers are staggering. Time equals 1 second / greater than the Great Attractor is estimated to have a mass of tens of thousands of times that of the Milky Way. It is a gravitational anchor, a point of no return for an entire corner of the universe. As we descend deeper into the heart of Laniakea, the scale of the cosmic horror becomes clear. Imagine the Milky Way as a single grain of sand. The Great Attractor is a mountain of sand, pulling every grain toward its base. But there is a darker secret hidden in the shadows. For decades, astronomers believed the Great Attractor was the ultimate destination. But as our telescopes grew more powerful, we realized that the Great Attractor itself is moving. It is being pulled by something even larger. Beyond the Great Attractor, at a distance of 650 million light-years, lies the Shapley supercluster. It is the most massive concentration of galaxies in the observable universe. It is a gravitational titan, a monster that makes the Great Attractor look like a mere pebble. We are caught in a cosmic tug-of-war. The Great Attractor pulls us, and the Shapley supercluster pulls the Great Attractor. It is a chain of falling giants, a cascade of gravity that stretches across the void. But what is the doom we speak of? In the vastness of space, doom is not a sudden explosion. It is a slow, agonizing merger. Over billions of years, the galaxies of Laniakea will be drawn closer and closer together. They will collide, their stars dancing in a chaotic, beautiful, and destructive ballet. The Milky Way will eventually merge with Andromeda, and then, together, we will fall into the heart of the Great Attractor. We will become part of a singular, massive structure, a great wall of galaxies, a graveyard of light, where individual identities are lost in a sea of gravity. But there is a force that might save us, or condemn us to a different kind of end. Dark energy. While gravity tries to pull the universe together, dark energy is pushing it apart. It is the expansion of space itself, accelerating every second. It is a race against time. Will gravity pull us into the Great Attractor before dark energy tears the supercluster apart? If gravity wins, we merge into a singular, massive cluster. If dark energy wins, the Great Attractor will be ripped away from us, and we will be left alone in an ever-expanding, perfectly dark void. Which fate is more terrifying? To be swallowed by a giant, or to be left alone in the dark? Act 4, Existential Pivot. This brings us to a chilling realization. We are living in a brief golden age of the universe, a time when we can still see the other fireflies in the forest. In the far future, if the current theories of expansion hold true, the Great Attractor will disappear over the cosmic horizon. The light from other galaxies will be stretched so thin that it will become invisible. The Milky Way, or whatever it has become, will be the only thing left in our observable universe. We will be truly alone, a single spark in a suffocating, infinite void. But there are those who speculate on even darker possibilities. Some theoretical models suggest that the Great Attractor is not just a cluster of galaxies. Some hypothesize it could be a massive concentration of dark matter, or even a topological defect in the fabric of space-time itself. A scar left over from the Big Bang. Could it be that we are not just falling toward a destination, but toward a flaw in reality? These are, of course, only hypothetical thought experiments. Mathematical possibilities that push the boundaries of our understanding. But they remind us of how little we truly know about the stage upon which we play our lives. We are like ants on a leaf floating down a river. We can see the water moving, we can feel the current, but we have no idea where the river ends. We only know that the current is strong and it is taking us somewhere. The Great Attractor is the sound of the waterfall in the distance. A low, steady hum that vibrates through the very atoms of our being. It is the reminder that we are not the masters of our own destiny. We are subjects of the laws of physics, and those laws are indifferent to our existence. The universe does not care if we are pulled into the heart of a monster or left to freeze in the dark. It only cares that the math adds up. Act 5, the cliffhanger. Let us return to Earth. Let us return to the familiar, the small, and the warm. When we land, please step outside and breathe. Look up at the night sky. It looks so peaceful, doesn't it? A canvas of diamonds, fixed and eternal. But now you know the truth. Behind that peace is a violent, silent rush. Time equals 1 second / greater than a fall that has been happening for billions of years and will continue for billions more. We are passengers on a ship that is being pulled by an invisible tide. And while we may never see the face of the Great Attractor, we will always feel its weight. But what if the Great Attractor is not the only thing pulling us? What if there are other, even larger structures hidden even deeper in the dark? In our next journey, we will explore the dipole repeller, the vast, empty void that is pushing us from behind, even as the Great Attractor pulls us from ahead. We will discover that the emptiness of space is just as powerful as its mass. Until then, sleep well. And remember, the void is always watching.